It's sort of like
Oh my god.
okay, yeah. So it's like a point of like Alexander, you're the last one in the common room to go to bed of the PCs and so on. But Sias, like, you're really trying to stay up to match Sajar and like try to get him to rest, but he just never does. But the thing is that drags on for so long that by the time you exit out of the room, Alexander's even gone up already. So, gotcha. So this doesn't matter to Sajar because he's room locked, so to speak. I'm gonna start making this. I'm gonna do this now. Sajar, can you make me a Constitution save? DC is 10.
Straight roll.
See.
Oh, that's easy. You have like a plus something. I don't think you could roll below a 10. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, there you go. So you do not take a degree of exhaustion. That means that the next long rest you go will be DC 15.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it's cumulative. It adds up. So at a certain point you won't be able to succeed, and you'll just like need to take a rest. But
check.
so it's not save technically, but I think it's the same thing for him.
Oh, did I? No, did I not roll the save?
No, you hit
I rolled
Constitution.
a Constitution. It's actually a +9.
Oh.
Yeah, so he actually couldn't hold below a 10.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go then. So yeah, you don't get exhaustion. You don't get back an exhaustion as you stay up with Isadora. She doesn't stir. Oh, she does stir like movement wise and like facial expression wise, but she never speaks again during all of this. To Silas, as apparently at the 58, is asynchronous timing. Who knows? When you come out, and I'll say this to Alexander, I guess as well, because you're the last one to tap out. Blaire doesn't leave at all.
Doesn't leave
The common room. She sits in front of the fireplace, staring in it, like at it, the entire time, in like deep focus, wondering something. I would say your NPCs tap out first. So if you guys wanted to have like one this is the evening your one-on-ones would happen. There you go, for simplicity's sake. So your one-on-ones do happen. And I'm well aware, Oriana, you start to make your one-on-one with Blaire, so about asking. Actually, you could have asked on the way up if you wanted.
Sure, for convenience's sake, yeah.
Let's see. What would she say to you? Let me go read through everyone else's to see I need to gauge the spectrum here.
It can't be as bad as Sajar?
It can't be a bad Sajar where she literally like turns away and doesn't even talk to him.
Yeah, no,
just as a person,
ignore.
goodbye.
Can't be mad.
Can't be mad.
Oh,
Yeah, when you ask her, like, why do you want to get to somewhere civil, which you guys have a mission to fucking accomplish, by the way, somewhere of resources, she would just remark to you, gonna make something.
Well, that's why she needs her arm.
Like weapon, armor, something you don't know yet.
Roll persuasion. I'll give you advantage. You're striking while the iron's hot. To put some meme funny haha punny on it.
Haha, that's so funny.
Don't suck. Oh fucking god!
Those both fives?
Shitting,
No,
damn it,
3 and a 5.
Oriana.
My goodness.
She was not meant to roll good tonight.
Rather not. No.
I needed to use all my birthday domes to get through that conversation. Not all of them, but
You're doing so well in the beginning. You succeeded that one. I was like, oh, this is gonna be 3 successes easy. Yeah. Is there any way to give you a reroll? Here, I'll roll something.
Holy Christ! Oh, that's a
Not bad.
That's a 2.
Not bad, Crash. Let me take that dust off your shoulder. Yeah, so as you are talking with Blaire on the way up into the top floor of the guard quarters, the door opens up ahead of you, and then out comes Tolis. Tolis going to go get a lot of paper and ink. And as I said, the reception area is downstairs, so like that's the place to get it, because
Yeah.
and she runs into all of you, and she just like doesn't realize you guys are there. She was like on the landing. She like sort of like begins jogging off and like almost like runs headfirst in Blaire. Ah! And she like stops and like gets a smile on her face. Hi, Miss Blaire. Do I know you? I knew you before. I'm Tolis. Tolis of the Heartlands. Nice to meet you again. And she holds out a hand for Blaire to shake.
Does she hold
Blaire
up the
just-
proper hands? That's not.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
well, Blaire broke her left arm, so it's righties right now.
Perfect.
And Blaire just stares at it for a sec. And like she eventually takes it, and it's quite cool, like the jubilance and like niceness of a Heartlander, specifically Tolis of all people as well, is like a bit bewildering to her as a Twinsian. Nice to meet you, I guess, again. I mean, we didn't really talk too much before, but I hope going forward we can work well together and be friends. She smiles with like a fucking like, I don't know, like the equivalent of like a cartoon smile. Blaire just squints at that, like, what the fuck? Happiness in my Twinsian province?
God, you're sweet as sugar.
Just turns to Orion like, is she okay? What is happening?
Or
You actually say you're as sweet as
Her
sugar?
face.
Yeah, she
You
would
act-
say that.
Oh, sorry, I get told I'm like this when I have caffeine. Anyways, bye! She is sprinting down. What sort of mad person would give that girl caffeine?
Someone who needs a lot of work done. I don't know.
Where'd my coffee go?
I guess I can't fault like that. There's like a tenderness as she says that. Roll me your persuasion again. Still with advantage.
Oh, come on.
Sometimes you
Oriana.
need something. Sometimes you need something crazy to break you out of a funk.
And maybe that was it. Ah, damn it. Okay, well, it's the wrong thing,
Minus
but it's minus 5, so
5.
it's 19.
No, she's still pretty good. And hey, you take guidance because you just passed by Tolis.
The yay! I'll fucking gladly take a guidance of Tolis to make that a 21.
Nice.
What were you fucking? What were you asking?
I was wondering about your project you were going to work on. If you even know exactly what you're working on.
I don't. I have some ideas, but I don't. I'll narrow it down by tonight, though. I will. She opens up the door and, like, the two of you enter in.
Hmm.
There you go. So, she doesn't know what she wants to make.
Yeah.
Uh,
God, there's such a debate if Oriana wants to ask if she wants help, but also, like, I don't feel like that's a good idea.
Fast forward to that.
What'd you do, Bart?
You guys have your one-on-one conversations. Now, it's Silas passing Blaire in the dead of night. Alexander, you saw that Blaire was the last one there. You probably went to bed, like, I don't know. You guys are pretty close on the world. Actually, no, you're really far from the world. Yeah, so you probably left Blaire like an hour ago.
if Blaire is staying up or if Blaire's still awake when Alexander is heading to bed, he's gonna approach her for sure.
Yeah, you go over to her. She looks
Gather
at you.
one-on-one.
Yes.
Etc.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of you guys taking a break, getting food, because that food was actually delivered to you right now in the evening, you know? Stuff like that. Because obviously you weren't up quite in the morning.
I don't think. Let me just look. I'm really glad that Oriana asked what she's making because I don't have to sate my curiosity and pry, which I said I wasn't going to do anyway, so I don't have to renege on that. So I guess
It's
the
okay.
end-
It's okay. Kersey asked.
I think at the tail end of their personal talk, Alessandra will ask, "Are you going to bed soon?"
No.
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 Interesting. Pause for her to ask why that's interesting.
She doesn't actually. That's the thing.
Ah,
She just
fuck.
doesn't. She just doesn't. She just continues to stare at the fire. Like, it's quite queer. Like, you're talking with her, but she definitely is. She doesn't have a half and half focus split. It's more like 75-25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're definitely the 25. So something's definitely
He's
like
Michelangelo sculpting David in her mind.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what he did.
Okay, that was a
he,
funny one.
he
But he
sat and
really?
stared at a marble. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he's
Oh
like,
yeah, right.
okay.
Yeah.
and then
I've heard the story. Yeah. What a
Yeah,
badass. What a
This whole
fucking
thing
that,
is
that
just
guy had a demon
5
in his
minutes.
head, bro. That guy.
No. What do you think is my fucking
shit.
favorite sculptor? Fucking Michelangelo rocks. He's also a cool Ninja Turtle, but that's beside the point.
So yeah, Blaire doesn't take the bait.
Well, then Alessandra will. Your mind's far, far away, isn't it? Ain't
No
it?
shit.
Right, ain't it?
Eat it.
No shit.
Where is
Just
Blaire?
roll for certain.
Where in the world is?
Blair
Yeah, she doesn't have a last name. Sorry, it doesn't work. She doesn't have a
I
last name.
will. Blair of the twins. No.
That doesn't
You're
work.
gonna say
You know what?
Slayers.
Fuck it. I just got it. I'm gonna spend the inspiration.
Burn it.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, that's so good.
No guidance, but
Ew.
still good though. Still way better. By
Oh wait, yeah,
fuck-
no guidance. I forget. Only
Yes.
Jericho has guidance.
Yeah. So 24. You ask like, where's Blaire? She sighs and leans back into the cushioned sofa. Blaire is thinking on something. Something important.
Has to do with what you has to do with what you intend to make, I presume.
Yes.
Do you know what
Ooh.
you want to make?
No. That's what she sits back up and leans towards the fire staring. That's what I'm trying to think of.
He nods. He says, I was the same way with Imperador.
It's at this point, Silas, you walk out of Sajar's room and you catch this conversation. And you're
Awesome.
absolutely free to be a sneak thief and listen in.
Oh, absolutely. I was gonna say Silas is about to like walk by, and they're actually trying to be quiet because people are sleeping, as far as they know.
Yeah, roll yourself.
But upon hearing it, they will like they'll like pass the doorway, but then they'll like stop and lean back. Let's see.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just
Ooh
beat
la
it.
la, you destroyed it.
But it's Blaire's pass. I don't even. No, there's no way. I don't think Blaire has that. Hold on. So,
Oh, actually, wait a
Not a
minute.
shot.
no, she can't.
Oh.
No, she can't. No, she can't beat it.
I wouldn't be 9th level by this point. I haven't long rested. You're lucky.
I'd have a bigger modifier too if I was.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Then I was like, if you guys
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
coordinate,
never
as
mind.
far as be my guess. But if that's the case, like you would both be better at it than
We'd both be better.
Yeah, so it would be the same bonus for both of you, so nothing matters on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Silas, you are sneaky
Nothing
deaky.
matters.
Doesn't have silence and tracks anyway, but now they get to be sneaky and decide when to interrupt. Well,
How did you decide to make that? What took you over and said this one? And she actually looks at you when she says that.
I could take the easy way out and say it was Providence, but in truth, he'll unholster Imperador and kind of hold it sideways in two hands. I thought about the man I wanted to be. Thought about the end and worked backwards from that.
Huh.
In truth, I was young, a bit of a romantic, still am. But the me I pictured was a dashing, swashbuckling is like strictly, yeah, screw it. Dashing,
No.
swashbuckling gunslinger, twirling revolvers and being faster than everyone else in the room.
She rolls her eyes. You being romantic, can tell.
Yeah, well, to my credit, I'm about halfway there, maybe. I think there's.
The way Kasai
least-
looks at you, I think you're more than half.
He gets a sideways smirk. He says, "Oh, she looks at me, does she?"
You didn't notice?
Yeah. I try to pretend I don't.
Good answer, but I don't think it helps. I already know the woman I want to be. And then she sent me back to this. She gestures at herself, her broken arm, all this shit. So I can't believe she'd throw all that away.
Well, I can. Because she knew better than you.
Yeah, I know. I have to trust that. It's hard.
Indeed it is. The woman you want to be doesn't want to be the woman that she was. Where do you go with that?
I don't know. And I'm sort of hoping the fire will fucking tell me. But it won't. It is pretty to look at.
You like fire, do you?
She just looks at you with like, oh, you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm a blacksmith's daughter. What do you think?
That's something you're proud of.
Roll me an insight.
Ooh.
Roll me an insight.
Roll insight.
You
That
can
is
also
an
roll insight.
excellent question.
Not bad.
Oh, bad!
That's bad.
Trickster's coin. Trickster's coin.
Nightmare. I think you're within range of the trickster's coin, yeah. So
Yeah.
the sound. Oh gosh.
Well,
that's
can't help
better.
It's not a 1.
You could give him a bardic if you want.
Yeah, I
but
will.
that's really
I will,
it.
yeah.
Ouch. That's
You can bring it up with a bardic.
good.
12.
Good.
I need an 8 to make this good. Actually, 17 ain't bad. Gives me something to work off of, I think.
You end up guidance right now, I'm afraid.
Oh, fuck. 15.
15. Now that does broach into a new tier of success. Okay, let's start bottom up. Actually, hold on.
Holding.
This is a bit of a retcon, because I totally wasn't intending it, but if anyone would do it. Yeah, give it, man. Wait! wait.
Yes.
Oh,
You will laugh.
Oh,
Shit! No!
so
No!
Wait, hold on. Can I help her at all?
I'm trying to think if she has advantage. She is technically invisible to you guys. She is technically invisible to you.
Alright, fine, whatever.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
You guys, you can keep your guidance then. And I would say, Silas, roll me a perception.
I really want to see her.
It won't be a 32. You're trying to get to against a 22.
Yes.
Oh my god, you might have even beaten that.
Hell yeah.
You notice that a door is cracked open and that there is movement around there. And given the hair color, the hairstyle that you see every now and again, you can assume it's Kasai. And it gets even more proven when she peeks out and sees you, and you both just look at each other like the fucking what was it, Alec? Like the It's Always Sunny thing, where it's like the across the room from each other. Yeah, it's like that.
Like smirk at each other, like.
She gets like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like a mother like catching her kids opening up her presents early on Christmas Day, like a knowing smile on her face, and she just gently goes like a shh motion. But it's a very warm smile. It's not a deceptive or like a malicious or cheeky one.
So it's just nods, just like a curt little.
Yeah, so you guys can keep your guidance then. So yeah, you guys are listening in on Blaire and all that, or not listening. You're trying to insight her for Alexander with the 17.
15. Oh wait,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
mind.
the guy says 17. 17. How to say this? You ask her, was she proud to be a blacksmith's daughter and stuff like that? And she doesn't answer for a moment. You're less sure why, but the question definitely catches her off guard. And she does eventually respond, I am. That's why I need to make this.
Before I respond to that, what did they go through? You know, I'll just
No. I'll give it to. I'll take over Size. So 26 for Size because you got that guidance. There is trepidation there. And oh gosh, I don't know. I'll ask this to Alec as the person playing Alexander. And I'll ask it to Oriana or ask it to Garth as the person playing Oriana. To the two of you, and you two are very, very martially based. You guys have gone through a significant amount of trauma as characters. And I think I already know the answer for Oriana, but I'll ask it to both of you nonetheless. Has there been times in this campaign where your character was afraid to let someone into that emotional space around them? That
Absolutely.
insight into a vulnerability?
I mean, yeah. Part of Oriana's character is kind of
Just ask for
being more open to
confirmation.
that. Yeah.
Then
Pardon?
to you, Silas, with a 26, you've seen this trepidation before. You see it in Alexander and Oriana. This sort of fear of Blaire to let people in. And there's something even a bit... you got 26, you're just over the threshold. There's something a little bit more than that. It's almost... It's very sad. It's almost like she's afraid of being happy.
No. Silas's heart definitely hurts at that.
So, Alexander, what do you say?
And she says that she is.
She is proud to be a blacksmith's daughter.
Alexander, he gives a warm smile and a short nod and says, well then, maybe that's where you need to start. Think about what you're proud of, who you're proud to be. And from that, I think you will find yourself inspired. I mean, for what it's worth, I could definitely see you going into the battle swinging a flaming blacksmith's hammer.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't have much insight into her situation before she joined the...
Not many of you guys do. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think you guys really know the depths of... Like, you guys know the incident that got her found by Seekers and her blade and the tattoos from the course, all that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason her sword before was called Bloody Dowry. But in terms of, like, what was Blaire like before all that, I don't even know if some of the Seeker captains can tell you that, because she doesn't talk about it. She didn't talk about it before. So, yeah, it's sort of a mystery to a lot of people. Maybe the exception of some few, certainly. But, yeah, there was very little avenues you guys would have had into that information, I think. So it's fair.
So I think Alexander will say, if I asked you to tell me about your father, what would you say?
Way to fuck off.
Say again?
I tell you to fuck off.
That tracks.
Very good. Understandable. What would I say? Can you make another insight roll? Just you.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Aw.
Not your best work, huh?
Not the best, but I mean, still 16.
Not your best
Assuming I get that
work.
guidance.
You do get the guidance.
Mm-hmm.
16. When Alexander talks to Blaire about, like, you know, imagine the woman you want to be. Yeah, it would be pretty awesome if you wielded a flaming, blacksmith's hammer. There's another catch that, like, catches. There's another thing that catches her. There you go. She has two things in her mind right now when she says that. Or when he says that, rather. She just talked about one. The woman she wants to be right now just sent her back. Return to sender. So that's not an option. Then there's this idea of the woman she used to want to be. And she can't be that woman anymore. So when Alexander talks about try to be the woman you want to be, she has no options left. So she's sort of stuck. That's why she's having such a hard time with all this. She can't fathom what to do next. Shouldn't you be getting to bed, Alessander?
I could say the same thing to you.
I don't think sleep would find me anyways.
He kind of leans back in. I assume there's like 2 chairs at this fireplace.
Yeah.
Right. He's probably sitting across from her. He kind of leans back and settles into his chair and says, "Yeah, that's a doozy." And he just sits there.
Blaire is definitely comfortable with uncomfortable silence, so she just keeps staring at the fire, trying to ponder, get to the matter at hand, and get an answer, even if one doesn't arrive at her immediately. But, yeah.
I think the last thing he'll say for the night is, he chuckles a little bit, and he says, I've read about the lives of many master craftsmen. I don't recall any of their best work being conducted when they were exhausted. And from what it seems like, this little project of yours, you want to be your best work yet.
No. No, I don't.
No?
Not my best work, no.
Then what?
At least something I can be proud of.
Well then, let's hope it comes to you in a dream.
No more dreams.
No more dreams, huh?
Never again. And she says that one with a lot of focus.
I don't think he has anything to say about that.
I would say it's not like she's dodging sleep, by the way. You guys have seen her sleep up more than a few times by now. She's not dodging sleep, so.
She's just not there right now.
No.
Mine's too restless.
I will say, Silas, you make your way to Oriana's room.
Along the way, assuming everyone, I assume Silas will be able to tell that everyone is in fact asleep at this point, or at least,
Well,
except for those 2.
yeah, I
And
was gonna say, I don't know about that. Speaking of which, if Alexander's staying at the Royal Constitution, so.
He's definitely falling asleep in that chair.
No! Blaire has failed! A degree of exhaustion for thee!
No!
That sucks.
Along.
Oh man, she's really gonna feel that too, because ability checks include tools.
Oh!
Hold on. I don't have inspiration. Never mind.
Ouch. That's an oof ouchie. Oof ouchie. Actually,
Mhm.
Silas, as you're making your approach, like, I don't know if you're approaching at this point, but you do see Kasai gesture for you to come closer. Sneakily, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, you sneak on over. I'm not gonna make you repeat the say or the. If anything, you get a +10 as you get closer. And she whispers to you, "Aren't you a prying cat?"
Always have been.
Of course. Can you try to convince her to go to sleep?
I can try.
If I try to, I know where I stand with Blaire. I do not want to become nagging mother.
Fair enough.
Actually, she, like, absconds into her room and comes out with, like, some spare blankets, which are just in every room. Take this down.
Will do.
Hey, give one to Alessander. And offer one to Blaire.
Alice nods.
Thank you.
Sleep well.
You as well. And she goes back into her room.
In that case, Silas will not so sneakily actually enter the room.
Yeah, you walk down the stairway, and then Blaire just looks at you, squints her eyes. When did you get here?
I mean, you saw me walk down.
They got here just now. Trust me, I would have seen them if they were sneaking around.
Let's roll deception, anyways. Shut up. Ooh.
I was getting cutting words in anyway.
If she catches you lying, it's a minus in.
Everyone else is
She you for an intensely long amount of time, and then she eventually relents.
that's the sweating buckets underneath the fur. The fur all soaked it
That
up.
smells terrible.
What does that smell? Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You have to sleep in the same room.
As they walk closer, though, they throw a blanket at. Just kidding. They just throw a blanket at Alessander gently. It's a blanket, so.
He catches it. You saw it come. He's immune to being surprised.
Okay.
Even
Alright,
in
you
your
fucking
sleep.
crack fiend.
Even in your sleep.
Oh, is he already asleep?
I don't know, actually. I guess
It's only been a couple
because I
minutes.
probably would have waited a bit before telling you to come closer. But,
Oh, okay.
not. I don't know. Like, did Alexander fall asleep like within 10 minutes or not?
Within 10
Immediately.
minutes. Yeah, probably.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, in that case.
He's a fatherly guy sitting in a fucking
You're
recliner.
right.
In a lazy man
Absolutely.
chair. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, you lay a blanket across Alexander. There you go.
Yeah.
And you have one left.
He snores, doesn't he?
He doesn't.
That's terrible.
He doesn't.
He does not.
He does not snore.
Okay, he doesn't
Okay.
start. Gotcha.
Alright, okay. Very important. Could have given me something to small talk about, but damn, I'm kidding.
He has sleep apnea. Sorry, that's a negative trait you earned in the last fight.
So they'll approach the fire as if like just, come to warm up their hands or whatever. Is that everyone asleep now?
Probably.
Nope.
I was just about to say, well, I guess the jar is probably not sleeping. Night.
This side might be awake. She cracked a door open an hour ago.
Maybe I'll go see if she's still awake then.
Silence builds between you and Blaire.
I was gonna say, generally, how cold is it in the area? I know there's fire here, but like,
In like the general region, not too cold. I mean, definitely colder than you've experienced or generally experienced in the Heartlands. What's some of a probably like towards nighttime, especially the dead of night. It's probably like 3 a.m. at this point, or 2 a.m., 3 a.m. 40 Fahrenheit.
that's
Not snowing yet, but just like a bit before freezing temp. I think that should probably be like 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, something like that.
okay.
0 minus. Freezing point.
Yeah. If there's a spot that Silas can like sit that's close enough to the fire, but far enough away from Blaire that she has her space.
There's actually an ottoman like in between all the cushions and all the chairs and stuff like that, the sofas. So yeah, you can sit there.
Okay. Silas will put the blanket down near her, assuming she's also sitting on something either behind her or on the floor next to her.
Yeah, she's
whatever.
sitting on like a wide sofa, like sort of
Yeah.
thing. So you can put it down next to her, and she just looks at it and looks to you. Like she doesn't turn her head to look at you; her eyes flick to you.
They'll like plop it down, try to do it all casually.
I won't be needing this. I'm not going to sleep.
And it's not necessarily for sleep. I'm sure you're probably used to it. I don't even know if you're from the Twins.
Yeah.
But I'm not. And it's kind of cold. So there's a fire for your front and a blanket for your back.
You're not from the Twins.
I am not.
She looks you up and down. What even are you?
Oh. Take your wild guess.
Cursed.
No.
Flashback to the kids at the cradle calling you cursed.
It's like, their ear twitches. They're like, all right. No, I'm a tabaxi.
She blinks once at that. Clearly never have you heard of what that is before.
A cat person. I mean, it's pretty. Just look.
So what, like a tiefling or something like that? Like Anushka?
Need Not's gonna need a little bit of clarification what she means by that. Like, I just don't.
I guess in a way she's basically asking for Nevros delineated.
Okay.
Which you are. Tieflings are.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, I remember that, but I couldn't remember exactly.
Sajar's technically Nevros delineated.
So Nod, kind of. And at this point, they will be sitting because when they popped the blanket down, they wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Now, kind of like elbows on their knees, just kind of chilling. Kind of, but I'm from the Heartlands, so not really.
That explains how happy you are. She looks at you as she says that. She makes an insight roll. Yeah. Alright, so 13. She squints her eyes, but she doesn't say anything. She thinks she catches something at the very least.
I'll say Silas probably at this point would be, because they've probably had a regular sleep schedule at this point, be pretty tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say they probably wouldn't be, trying to hide everything behind those eyes.
Duly noted. She looks back to the fire. Although you might be the saddest Heartlander I ever met. To be fair, she probably hasn't met any Heartlanders aside from Tola, so bit of an unfair statistic there, but okay.
And what makes you say that?
I know the look.
I guess you would. Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're from the twins. So I'm guessing you've probably had your fair share of tragedy? If that's the best word for it.
There's different types of tragedies.
There are.
You just lost your family.
Well,
I know the look. Trust me.
I also kind of like wipe their nose and look at the fire.
But it's not set in yet. Meaning that you haven't accepted it yet? Or they're not dead, they're just gone.
They're not dead.
There's my answer. Lucky you.
I'm assuming yours is then.
Roll me! Here's the interesting thing. You as Silas haven't interacted that much with old Blaire.
Nope.
So, I don't know if Silas actually does know the story of Blaire, right?
Which is, yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. I couldn't remember if Silas, they might have found out somehow, but...
You might have heard bits and pieces, but maybe not the whole story, right?
And I was going to say, if we want to play with that, then, maybe they don't know. Because they wouldn't really have pried into it a whole lot.
Right, because you're sort of afraid of Blaire, as most people are.
Yeah.
Most sane people, at least. Looks at insane people on the left side of the screen.
Oriana's not insane. She's just been abused.
So
It's
insane.
basically then, if that's the case, you don't need to roll deception, because you genuinely don't know Blaire's story. Roll your persuasion.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. 17. Because was listening.
I imagine she would be. Sassa's trying to convince Blaire to go to bed.
17.